Hello everyone, Black Shadow here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the different types of enemies and their weaknesses, as well as the different enemy auras in the game, just to try and get new players up to speed in case they need help before Inazuma comes out. And this is just a guide for them more so than anything else, so if you aren't a new player, well then maybe you'll learn a new tip. So starting with the Cryosian Mage, a lot of players don't realize that if she puts her barrier up, the fastest way to break it is just to kill all the flies that she summons around her, and that will instantly break her barrier. If you don't want her to just repair her barrier instantly or have to bring a pyro character to try and break it over and over again, I would say you should definitely go for the flies first. So for this next example, I'm going to be using my level 20 Kaya, who's level 1 Dull Blade, against the Noblesse domain, which is commonly known as a very hard domain. If you want to make it a lot easier on yourself for Abyss Mage's shields, I know that the Hydro Abyss Mage is usually fought as weak against electricity, but it's actually more so weak against Cryo because Cryo breaks water shields the fastest. Also, currently it doesn't matter how high your level is when it comes to breaking elemental shields, all that matters is how many times you hit them, with some characters being way faster than with other characters. Just try not to put too much emphasis into your character's level. For the Fatui, they're just like the Abyss Mage shields, where all you need is the right element to break them down. Amber and Kaya both being excellent options for breaking different types of shields, because Kaya and Amber can both break the shields in 2 hits. Knockdown enemies don't stay down that long, so be careful. I can't really stress this enough, but for the Abyss Heralds and Lectors, it doesn't matter how strong your characters are. When you're trying to break the shields, all that matters is that you hit them with the right element and then they'll break. The Abyss Lector is highly weak to Pyro and Cryo, whereas the Abyss Herald is only weak to Cryo, and you can use whatever elements you want to break the shield besides the ones that their shield is made of. Any form of taking damage like Yutao's elemental skill, Jialing, and Kaya's ultimates that hits multiple times will break the shield a lot faster than trying to do something else. Also, using taunts or shields also are great because taunts work on them, they do fall for them, and shields just protect you so you don't have to take as much damage. You can also use Geo and Animo to do damage to the shields. It will affect it, but if you do end up ever using like Bennett or like have any character that has a status effect on you, make sure that you don't die in one hit. The Rune Grader has 3 weaknesses, one being his eye when he shoots his laser and the other being his legs when he tries to open them up. You probably won't run into him unless you go into Dragon Spine, which no one tends to do anymore. If you want to shut him down, then you have to hit more than one weakness, and then he'll shut down like a regular Rune Guard. There are 2 ways to make content way easier for you when you're fighting, one being using a shield and the other being iframing. A shield is more so for someone that doesn't want to have to rely on their reflexes to beat all the content in the game, while iframing is just dodging everything right before it hits you. And it feels very rewarding, personally. So next we're going to be talking about the different auras in Genshin, the first one being Smoldering Flames. When you're affected by Smoldering Flames, you'll continually take pyro damage. A nice way to avoid it is to use characters like Jean, Barbara, and Diona who can cleanse pyro damage off of your characters. The only other way is to just use a shield character to block it. The next aura is probably one of the most painful auras you've probably run into problems with before, named Condensed Ice. It's an aura that solely saps away all of your stamina because you use more of it, and it's very common for every player who goes into this domain to get hit at least once or twice because you're not used to having to save your stamina for running or dodging. Engulfing Storm is the Electro aura. It'll continuously drain all of your energy when you're inside the Electro domain or affected by Electro. It doesn't really go away that fast, but it's still annoying nonetheless to have your energy continuously drained, especially if you have a character that doesn't gain energy that fast. The last aura is the Hydro aura, which is Slowing Water. It'll continuously make it so that your cooldowns are longer for all of your abilities, which is why I tend to use characters like Ganyu or Amber inside of it because I really don't want to have to deal with that kind of pain. Just a friendly reminder that Melt and Vaporize reactions can crit, while Electro and Swirl reactions can't and are the only affected by EM when building your characters, but what Electro and Swirl reactions can do is trigger multiple reactions at the same time. The last thing I want to remind you of as a new player is to prioritize leveling up your weapon over your artifacts, because it increases your base attack, which increases your total attack value more than your artifacts would. Ah, that's right, and if you run into an electric shield while you're traveling through Inazuma, make sure to use Cryo, because I bet that's what it's weak to. Anyway, that's all from me. I'll see you next time.